But they cried, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. And he said unto them the third time, Why, what evil hath he done? I have found no cause of death in him. I will therefore chastise him and let him go. Luke 23:21-22. You stand now before the judgment seat of your own consciousness. The crowd that clamors, Crucify him, is nothing but the clamoring of unredeemed ideas within your dream. Pilate, your reason, asks for the third time, Why, what evil hath he done? Here is the secret. 1. The crowd is illusion's demand to sacrifice your Christ self. Fear must nail the seed of truth to its own cross if illusion is to continue. 2. Pilate's threefold question is the completeness of divine inquiry. Thrice he seeks a cause, thrice you return to the innocence of your origin. You find no crime in the dreamer of worlds, for the dreamer is pure. 3. I will therefore chastise him and let him go. The chastisement is not wrath but correction. It is the gentle rousing of your sleeping self calling you back from the nightmare of separation. 4. To let him go is to awaken. Once you see no guilt in your son, you release him from the tyrannies of fear. He steps free of the wood and nails, rising in you as the first fruits of new creation. Behold how this ancient scene speaks only to you. God in slumber projected a world, then awoke within himself as you. Pilate's seat is your silent center. The howling crowd of darkened thoughts must accuse, else they vanish into nothing. Yet your reason returns again and again to innocence. In that return you chasten error, not to punish but to liberate, and the dream dissolves. When you let him go, you discover that the son you released was ever your own eternal self. Crucifixion ends in resurrection, for no power can hold God's dreamer in the grave of his own making. In that rising, you and the dreamer become one. When the crowd erupts with the cry, Crucify him, we witness the agitation of the lower mind, a mob-like consciousness driven by fear, blame, and the projection of guilt. In that very moment, Pilate's quiet question, What evil hath he done?, reveals the higher discerning self that perceives innocence beneath the drama. And when he declares, I will therefore chastise him and let him go, the teaching becomes clear. Within the mind lies the power to condemn or to forgive. This simple choice between judgment and compassion unfolds the inner battle at the heart of our consciousness, inviting recognition of the gentle authority of mercy. Every outer event in your life serves as a mirror for an inner state of being. For instance, when a crowd demands crucifixion, it is simply the outpicturing of unconscious guilt or unreleased emotion seeking expression. Similarly, Pilate's refusal to condemn illustrates that moment of dawning awareness when your inner authority, your consciousness, recognizes there is no true cause for suffering. This ancient scene teaches a profound lesson. Whatever you dwell on in imagination and feeling becomes your lived reality. Therefore, by shifting away from the mob's fear-based consensus and embracing the clear, compassionate vision symbolized by Pilate, the sentence of condemnation naturally dissolves. In this way, you discover that your focus shapes the very fabric of experience, and by choosing a compassionate, aware perspective, false judgments simply fail to take hold. Within you lies the power of inner judgment, a silent Pilate that can acquit any unwelcome experience simply by refusing to condemn it. When you acknowledge and exercise this inner judge, you discover mastery of imagination, reversing fear's mob-like clamoring in your mind by consciously choosing love and forgiveness as your verdict. This realization points to a deeper truth. No outside authority holds the ultimate say over your state of being, for it is your own consciousness that decrees the nature of every experience. Embracing this insight, you step into a sacred sovereignty, knowing that the reality you live is woven by the judgments you sustain within. Begin by gently becoming aware of when you've slipped into what feels like a mob state, a swelling tide of collective fear, self-criticism, or blame rising within you. Then pause, invoking an inner Pilate, and quietly ask yourself, what cause have I truly found in this? Rather than feeding guilt, allow yourself to feel into any innocence or hidden lesson beneath those heavy emotions. From here, with your eyes softly open, drift into a daydream of acquittal, where your higher self steps forward to bless and free the situation. Hold on to that spacious feeling of relief and compassion as though it were a tangible gift. Finally, echoing the wisdom of let him go, choose to release all tension surrounding the issue and trust in the inner verdict of forgiveness, even before your outer circumstances have shifted. By cultivating this inner shift, refusing to condemn and consciously choosing a compassionate vision, you transform fear into freedom. In truth, the power to acquit belongs to you by divine birthright, for your imagination and inner judgment are the ultimate architects of your experience.